Hello, everyone. It is Monday, the 23rd of July. Yeah. Is it the 23rd? No, I think it's the 24th. My bad. So 24th of July, Monday. Today, we are going to work on the whole body, as we usually do, but we'll have a little focus on the core. And when I talk about the core, it is from the shoulders down to the lower part of your abdomen. Okay, so we're going to work here. And of course, we'll work the legs, the glutes, and the arms and chest and upper back. Okay, but the focus today will be on the core. So let's start lying down on our tummies. Hands underneath the forehead, legs stretched out behind you. So on your tummy, one of the most evident things that we can feel is that when we breathe, we feel the low back rising and falling. And that's what I want you to find now. As you breathe in, feel that the low back rises, and as you breathe out, it falls. So there's a gentle de-arching of the back, and then as you breathe out, it arches again. It should be very gentle and calm. This is actually getting your diaphragm to function along with a muscle called the transversus abdominis. Keep going with this. The transversus abdominis contracts inwards as we breathe out, and it also helps to support the low back. It is the deepest abdominal muscle that you have. We also use it when we cough or when we laugh. Good. One more deep breath in. Feel that low back moving. And breathing out. Lifting the head. Let's place our hands under the shoulders and push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your hands back so that they're underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. Let's take a deep breath in and curl the spine. Look skyward. And breathe out. Tuck your belly button in. Look towards the belly button. Breathing in will curl. As you curl, this stretches the abdominal muscles and the abdominal wall, especially the long rectus abdominis. And as you breathe out, you pull those muscles inwards. And again, let's go. Breathing in, curling, breathing out, rounding, pull them inwards and upwards. Last one. Let's breathe in and curl. And breathe out and round. We'll come back to a flat back. Keep your knees as they are and reach your right hand out in front of you. And we'll just bounce back and forth a few times, getting into the shoulder, getting into the side body. As you bounce, let your chest move towards the floor. One more. And then we'll come back and change arms. Left arm out in front, and you can simply bounce back and forth. Feeling a little bit the opening of the shoulder, the arm, a little bit of a stretch down the left-hand side. Good. Excellent. Coming back. Now, I want you to raise your right arm up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, wind the arm under the body. So you sort of thread underneath. This is actually called thread the needle. Bring your left cheek or your right cheek or your right ear to the floor. And it's a little twist. Then take your left arm and bring it around your low back. See if you can grab the right thigh. Releasing. Set the hand back down, come back up onto your hands and knees, and we'll do the other arm. Take a deep breath in, raise the left arm, stretching skyward, and then thread the needle under the body. Left ear comes down to the floor. Good. Right arm up and around the low back. See if you can reach for your left thigh, and hold it here. And we'll breathe again. Nice and easy. Good job. Bring the hand back down, push into the floor, come up onto your hands and knees. Now softly walk your hands forward, tucking your toes under. Let's rise up to a downward facing dog pose. Feet are hip width, hands shoulder width. Just sort of walk out your dog, moving your feet, move your toes. Feel that your ankles, your knees, even your hips are moving. Let your hips go from side to side. Okay. Straightening the legs, you can keep the knees soft. Move into a plank position. And as you move into the plank, pull your belly up and in. Then push back to down dog. Now we're going to do a little variation on this movement. Now, as you go into plank, I want you to pull your belly up and in. Make your low back big. Make your upper back big. Pull in very tightly. And then lift your head. And then push back, lifting the hips first. And go backwards into down dog. We'll do that again. You're tucking under. You're drawing the hips forward. Pulling the belly in. Make it strong. Lift your chin. And then push the hips up and back. And we'll do that one more time. Tucking under. Bringing the belly upwards and inwards. And then look forward and lower your knees to the floor. Lower your chest all the way down. Pointing your toes, lengthen your legs out behind you. Now we'll bring our hands wide, wider than the mat. Fingertips on the floor, elbows up. We're going to come up into Cobra 5 times. And we'll take our time. Take a deep breath in, rise to a little Cobra first. And then come back down. A little bit higher. Take a deep breath in, rise. And back down. And really push into your fingertips to come up. And again, a little bit higher. Breathing in and breathing out. We have 2 more. Take your time with this. Squeeze the glutes and push the tailbone away from the chest. And here comes the last one. Deep breath in, rise. And then we lower, hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees again. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat. Bring your left hand on top of the right and press the hips back. Coming back up. Bring your left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Press your hips back. Coming back onto your mat. Tucking your toes under. Rise to downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet again. Let's take the feet forward now. Start walking gently towards the front edge of your mat. Take your time if you need to. There's no rush. No rush. Now, when you get to the front edge, let your knees be soft. Grab your elbows and gently sway from side to side. You may feel a pull in the low back. If you feel a strong pull, bend your knees more. If, however, it's just light and you feel more of a stretch down the backs of the leg, you can start straightening your legs a little bit, but always keep softness in the knees. Swaying from side to side. Okay. Bend your knees now, hands onto your thighs. Pull your belly in as you roll up to a standing position. And once you're all the way to standing, readjust your posture. So your legs are strong and straight. Your chest is lifted. Remember my saying, confident feeling is where the wall meets the ceiling. That's where you need to lift your chest to. Arms are stretched straight by your sides. Chin is lifted. Bring your hands to your heart center. And we're going to start moving now. Take a deep breath in. Rise. Folding forward, elbows come to knees. Get the hips way back behind you into a deep squat position. And then you set your hands to the floor. Step back to your plank position, everyone. Now we're all going to do this one together. Lift the head, draw the chest forward, pull the belly in tight, and see if you can lift the perineum at the same time. Lower your right knee to the floor. Everyone, lower the right knee. Open up the whole body to the left and raise your left arm over your head. Then reach to the front of the room. Reach kind of to the front of your mat, stretching the whole side. And then we circle the arm down towards the hip, coming back to a plank position. Other side, left knee down, right arm up, reach, then reaching over the head, stretching from the hand down to the foot, and then circling around and back to a plank position. Move yourself down with or without your knees all the way to the floor. Pointing your toes, lengthen your legs, rise to one cobra, squeeze the glutes, push the tailbone away, bring your chest back down, push back to downward facing dog. Hold here, set your gaze at one point, take 3 deep breaths, in and out. Keep breathing. Remember, it's not important to get your heels down, but what is important is pay attention to your back. Make sure your back isn't rounding. It should be lengthening. Legs lengthening as well, and you can soften the knees. Bring your right foot up now, and let's press it up to the sky, and then bring it out to the right as far as possible. And again, up to the sky, out to the right. One more time, up to the sky, to the right. Now swing your foot forward as far as possible. Then step the rest of the way forward so you can get into a chair position. Everyone, hands onto the thighs. Stop here. Make sure you're supporting your back as you lift. Now you got your hands on the thighs, or if your back is okay, raise your arms and you bounce here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing, and you'll release your arms by your sides. Arms completely straight. Knees soft. Confident feeling where the wall meets the ceiling. Hands to heart center. We'll do the whole thing other side. Deep breath in. Fold forward. Get down into that deep squat. Elbows to knees. Then the hands come down. Step back to a plank position. Pull the belly in. Pull the perineum up. Lift your chin. Lower the left knee. Raise your right arm. Bring it over the head, reaching. Circle the arm, coming back to a plank position. Right knee down this time. Left arm up. Over the head. Circling. Back to plank. Move down with or without your knees. Pointing your toes, lengthen, rise to a cobra. Bring your chest back down, push back, downward facing dog. Pause here. 3 deep breaths. Knees soft. Lengthen your spine. Even though we're making effort, we can also be soft and gentle. Raise your left leg, press it up to the sky, then out to your left. And again, up to the sky. Then knee to the left. One more time, up to the sky. To the left. Whew. Now swing it forward as far as possible. Step the rest of the way. Get yourself ready for a chair. Knees bent, hands to thighs. Lift, stop here. Decide whether or not you want to raise your arms. And bounce. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Stretch your arms straight. Good. Hands to heart center. Breath in. Let's go again. Folding forward. Elbows come all the way down to knees. Then step back to your plank position, everyone. Good. Right knee down. Raise your left arm. Stretch the arm over the head. And then circling back to plank. Perfect. Now, left knee down, right arm up. Good. Over the head. Excellent. Circling. And then back to plank. Good job, everyone. All right, move down to the floor with or without your knees. Cobra. As you're in Cobra, be sure you're squeezing your glutes tight. And then push back to downward facing dog. Perfect. Hold your dog, set your gaze at one point, take deep breaths in and out. 3 deep breaths. Lengthen your spine. And again, you can also stay here and be soft and be kind to yourself without pushing, without straining. Yes. Raise your right leg up now. Right leg. Good. Bring the knee out to the side. We do that 3 times. Back up behind. Out to the side. Once more. Up, up, up as high as it goes, and then out to the side. Beautiful. Back up behind you and kick it forward. Perfect. Stepping forward, hands to thighs. Lifting yourself up into chair. Yes, arms by your ears, and you can bounce it. 3, 2, well done, everyone. 1, coming up to standing. 1 more round. Let's go for it. Hand to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. And then fold. Elbows to knees first. You get into a deep squat. Yes, now step back to a plank position. Okay. Now we bring our left knee down and raise your right arm. Over the head, and then circling back to the plank. Good. The right knee down this time, and left arm rises. Excellent. Over the head, circling, and then back to plank. Move down to the floor. See if you can do it without your knees this time. Excellent. Point your toes, coming up into cobra. Push back to down dog. It's beautiful, everyone. Then hold your down dog. 3 deep breaths. Soften your body, soften your mind. When we bring the softness into life, we can feel much more every moment of our day. And we can get much more in touch with our emotions, our sensations. Beautiful. Lift the left leg up now. Up behind you, and then out to the side. Yes, 3 times. 2. And 1. Then bring the leg up behind you and kick it forward as far as possible, getting into your chair. Support your back with your hands on your thighs. Arms up by your ears and bouncing. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to standing. Excellent. Excellent. Hands to your hips. Take a small step back so you're a little bit more in the center of your mat. Soften your knees. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Arms out in front of you. Clasp the fingers together. This is an excellent exercise for the oblique muscles. You're going to feel like you're sitting a little bit in a chair. And then twist just your upper body, keeping the knees facing forward. Twist to your right as far as possible. Pull the belly upwards and inwards. See if at the same time you can pull in your perineum. Pull it upwards as high as possible. Good. Unwind and uncross and release. Well done. Hands to hips. Bend your knees. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Arms out in front. This exercise is not only for yoga. Physiotherapists use this. It's called the pivot. And it's a very functional movement for the abdomen. Let's turn to the left. Keep the knees forward. Very functional. It also works the legs, the hips, and the back. Hold it 3. Keep the knees pointing forward. 2, 1. Unwind. Woo. And uncross. Good job. Hands to hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You can be at the ankle. You could be a little bit higher than the knee, or at your inner thigh. Raise your arms in a V position. Lift your chest. Lengthen your spine. Lift your eyes, focusing on one point. Then lower your arms only. Clasp the hands behind you. Stretch the arms as straight as possible. And we'll send the right leg back and into an airplane position. So lifting the leg, leaning forward, keep your standing leg soft, raise the back leg as high as possible, squeezing the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Come back up to standing and release. Good job. Hands to hips. Other side. Bend your left knee out to the side, either at your ankle, a little bit higher than your kneecap, or your inner thigh. Raise your arms in a V. Increase your focus by staring at one point. Lifting the chest. Hands behind you, clasp them together, stretch the arms, and send your left leg behind you and into an airplane position. Set your gaze, raise the leg high, working the glutes, the back leg, holding 3, 2, 1. Come back up to standing and release. Good job. Take another step forward so you get to the front edge of your mat. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Deep breath in, rise. Folding, elbows come to knees. And you'll step back to our favorite plank position. Now in plank, when we hold, it's a good idea to keep your back neutral. This helps to work the transversus abdominis. Pull your belly up and inwards. Feel that your perineum is lifting. Tighten the thighs. If you can, tighten your glutes at the same time. Open the shoulders, lift the head. Holding here for 5. So this will be a 1-minute plank. 4. Keep breathing, stay with it. 3. Woo. Almost there. 2. And 1. Lower yourself to the earth, with or without your knees. Hands under the forehead, and move your hips from side to side. Good job, everyone. Very good. Okay. Lifting your head, chest, and shoulders. Let's bring the elbows out to the sides for a cactus position and raise both legs. Squeezing the shoulder blades, squeeze your glutes, use the backs of your legs, and hold. At the same time, if possible, see if you can lift your belly button a little bit, as if there's a tiny little egg under your belly button and you don't want to crush it. You just lift a little bit and then come on back down. Move your hips from side to side to let go. Good. All right. We're going to roll onto one side. I want you to roll onto the side where you can see your device. So just roll onto that side. Good. Okay. Legs are stretched straight. Your lower arm is supporting the head. You could have it straight or bent. And your upper arm, fingertips are on the floor. Okay? Now, we're going to let the hips roll forward a little bit. Roll them forward. And then roll them back. This is a very simple exercise for a very deep muscle inside the front of the hip. So you'll let it roll forward and then let it roll back. Good. Just 3 times. One more. Roll forward. Now roll back, and you should be lying on the outer glute, not on the bone. That's the trochanter at the top of the femur. You should be rolling back a little bit on the outer glute. Pull your belly button up and in and raise both legs. Yeah, okay. This is going to work the lower abdomen. I want you to feel like you're pulling your belly in and upwards. Okay, feel like your perineum is lifting. And then we're going to kick. So you're going to bring the right leg forward, left leg back, and then change. Yeah, and then change. Keep the belly in tight. It doesn't have to be a big kick. Change. Change. Good. 2 more times. Kicking forward and back. Keep the belly strong. You can touch it. Feel it. Good job. Bend the knees, releasing. Now stretch out your top leg. Turn the toes down, and here we've got the outer glute work. So the side glute, or gluteus medius. One hand in front of you. I want you to lift the leg and lower. Here we go. 10, 9, good. 8, it's short but efficient. Glute work will protect the articulation of the hips, okay? Glutes are also protective of the knees. If you have strong glutes, typically your knees are in good alignment. And that's what we need, is good alignment of the knees. Lift the leg, hold it here, and I want you to press with the heel like you're pushing the wall. 10, 9, 8, yes, almost there, 7, 6, it should burn a little bit. 3, 2, 1, good, bend the knees, la 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 la, bring it back down. Okay, we're gonna roll back onto our tummies, roll back. Whew. Move the hips from side to side, relaxing. Next position, place your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows by your sides, lengthen your legs. We're going to rise to a cobra. Pull the chest forward as you lift. Squeeze the glutes tight and push the tailbone back. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other, lift your chin a little bit, and we hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, almost there. 1, come on back down. Woo, hands under the forehead and move your hips from side to side. Beautiful. So a long abdomen is also a strong abdomen. The more you lengthen your abdomen, the stronger it gets as well. Okay, we're going to turn away from the device this time. So turn away, lower arm underneath the head to support, upper arm in front, fingertips on the floor. First exercise, it's simply rolling. Let your hips go forward and then back. Forward 3 times and back. This is working some of the deeper structures in front of the hips and the abdomen. Then as you roll back this time, you should be on your outer glute, not on the bone, not on the trochanter. Keep that hand in front of you and lift both legs. If you want to check, grab a hold of your waist and you can feel, wow, you've got these really strong abdominal muscles that are keeping the legs up. Now we kick the top leg forward, lower leg back, and then switch. Keeping going, belly in, switch, and switch. Good, 3 more times. Belly in, suck the perineum upwards. 2 more. Here's the last one. Okay, lower the legs down. Bend your knees and stretch your top leg out. Turn the toes down so we get the outer glute. Here we go, we're lifting 10 times. Take deep breaths. Lift the leg nice and high. Here we go, another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg up and we're going to press with the heel. Press it. 10, 9. Feel that outer glute. It might be burning. That's okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lower the leg. Ooh. Let's roll back onto our tummies. Ay, ay, ay. Move the hips from side to side. Bend your knees now. We're going to be doing a little bit of a different exercise, not bow pose this time. I want you to bring your heels together, your toes pointing outside. This is the parachute position. Elbows out to the side, bent. Lift your head, chest, shoulders, and lift the knees and thighs as high as possible. Works the glutes, backs of the legs, as well as the back. And for posture, this is very, very nice. Hold it here, 3. Squeeze the shoulder blades, 2. Draw the head and neck back and up. 1, hands under the shoulders, bring the knees down and push up onto the hands and knees. Ah, good job, everybody. Move the hips from side to side to relax. Now, you could either come sitting down onto your heels if it's comfortable, or you could stay kneeling on your knees, raising your right arm, quick stretch of the shoulders and triceps, left arm, turn, reach for the right hand. If you don't grab, it's not a big deal, just reach for it. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Soften again into the posture. Open your eyes, releasing. Fingertips on the floor, roll your shoulders. Good. Left arm up, over the head. Right arm draws back and we reach for it. Lengthening the spine, close your eyes. Good. Release. Fingertips on the floor, rolling the shoulders. Okay. Bring your feet to one side. We're going to move on to the back. Hands behind the thighs. Let's roll down onto our backs. Now, typically we do a perineal exercise with a half bridge. We are going to do that today, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'd like you to clasp your fingers together and make what's called yoni mudra. It's kind of a power mudra, clasping all the fingers together except the index and the thumb. Open your feet and open your knees. We're going to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you'll lift your hips up. You'll pull your perineum up. You'll pull your belly button in. And I want you to just lift the head and stretch your arms between your knees. So we're not lifting the upper body. I don't want you to crush and push downwards. I want you to lift this way. And then release, arms over the head. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift the hips, pull the perineum up, lift your head to look. And then coming back. Do this 3 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out, hips come up, perineum up, belly in. Coming down, breathe in. Breathing out, hips up, perineum up. Last one, breathing in, arms over the head. Breathing out, hips up, perineum up. And release. Bring your elbows into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Raise your hips up, coming into a full yogic half bridge. Get as high as possible. Squeeze your glutes tight. Feel that your belly is lifting. This is the effect of gravity. When you get your hips up, the belly will lift, as well as the perineum. Holding. 3 more breaths. Good. Raise your arms over your head. Lower the back, 1 vertebra at a time. Very slowly. Good. Now, as you're on the floor, knees bent, I want you to raise your right knee up, foot is flexed. Place both hands onto your right thigh. You'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you first pull your belly button inwards, pull your perineum upwards, and press your hands against your thigh. You will resist by pulling the thigh towards you. Okay, let's do that again. Deep breath in. Perineum up, belly in, press. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Perineum up, belly in, and press. 2 more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Perineum up, belly in, press. Last one. Breathing in. Breathing out. Perineum up, belly in, and press. Bring the foot back down. Change legs. Both hands onto the left thigh. Breathing in. Breathing out first. Perineum up, belly in, and push now against your thigh. Resist. Good. Breathing in, let go. Breathing out. The belly and perineum go inwards and upwards, and you resist. Breathing in. 3 more times. Breathe out. And resist. 2 more. So the action of breathing out already contracts your deep abdominal muscle. Remember, transversus abdominis. Resist. So there's an order that you need to follow. Last time, breathing in, breathing out, contracting transversus abdominis, pulling the perineum up and pulling everything inwards. Relax. We're going to do another one. Right ankle over the left thigh. The knee goes out diagonally. Okay? Both hands at the inner thigh, just above the knee. You'll take a deep breath in. Breathe out, perineum up, belly in, and you're going to push against the inner thigh, and you'll pull the inner thigh towards you. Here we go. Resist. And release. Breathe in. And again. Breathing out, belly in, perineum up, and resist. Breathing in. Do it 3 more times. Breathing out, pulling in, and resist. All of these are abdominal protective. 2 more times. And they protect your lower abdominals and all of the organs in the lower abdomen. For men and women alike, super important. Last time, breathing in and breathe out. Resist. The harder you resist, the more you're going to feel the abdomen tightening up and strengthening. Let's release. Uncross. Other side. Left ankle over the right thigh. Hands to the inner thigh, just above the knee. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Pull inwards, upwards, and resist. And again, deep breath in. And breathe out. Pull inwards and upwards and resist. Good. 3 more times. I've been asked, does this also work the inner thigh? Yes, it does. 2 more. Last one. Breathing out, pulling inwards, upwards, and resist. Good job. Bring your knees now to your chest and rock from side to side. We have 1 more abdominal work. It is an isometric contraction. I want you to stretch your legs as straight as possible to the sky. Place both hands underneath your glutes. Pull your belly button inwards. Lower your legs to a diagonal position. Now we're isometrically contracting our abdomen. However, everything is pulling inwards and upwards. Make sure of that. And then we'll cross right leg over left and change left leg over right. Keep going. Breathing in and out. superficially. So the breaths are only up into the chest. Everything here is tight, strong, and pulled in. A little bit faster now. Right over left over right. Let's go. Kick, kick, kick. Keep it strong. If you feel like you can take it, go a little bit lower, keeping the belly inwards and upwards. 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2, 1, knees to chest. Good. Rock from side to side. Well done, everyone. Okay. Let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh, grab around the legs, and pull the knees towards the chest. You get a good stretch down through the hip, and it's protective of the hip this way. Keeping your legs crossed, let's bring the left foot onto your mat. Let your knees fall to your left. Open your right arm out to the side for a spinal twist. And hold. Good. Raise your right arm, roll into your left-hand side. Left arm under the head, grab a hold of your right ankle and push the knee behind you. Hip forward. Then we hold. Bring the right knee to the right shoulder and roll gently onto your back. Crossing the left ankle over the right thigh now. Grab around your legs and pull the knees towards the chest, and we hold. Bring the right foot down, let the knees fall to your right, left arm out to the side, spinal twist. Rolling all the way onto your right-hand side, grab a hold of the left ankle, push the knee behind you, hip forward, and we hold. Good. Left knee towards the shoulder. Roll softly onto your back. Now, grab a hold of your right knee. Stretch your left leg onto the floor. Make a big circle with your right foot, releasing any tension buildup in the ankle. Change the direction. Move the toes as well. And let's stretch the right leg to the sky, flexing at your foot. Grab behind the leg as high as possible and pull the leg towards you. In this position, it's important to keep a little curve in your low back. We don't want to tuck the hips under so much that the low back goes to the floor, because that takes it out of the back of the thigh and into the low back. You want to make sure you're really targeting the back of your leg. Now, if you want to take it to the calf, you could grab your big toes or grab the toes and pull the toes towards you. You'll start to feel it going into the calf. Hold here, taking deep breaths. Bend the knee and lift your left leg along with it. Rock again from side to side. Good. Left knee stays towards the chest, right leg onto the floor. Big circle with the left foot. Releasing tension. Open the toes. Move the toes as well. Change the direction. Flexing the foot, let's stretch that leg to the sky. Pull the leg towards you as far as possible. And maybe you want to grab the toes to add in the back of the calf, or grab the big toe and pull it towards the face, holding. Good. Rebend the knee, and we'll raise the right knee up as well. Rock again from side to side. Now see if you can get the knees at 90 degrees, a 90-degree angle with the thighs to the body and the lower legs to the thighs. Flex your feet and open your legs as wide as possible. You could grab a hold of the inner thighs to hold, or grab a hold of the outer thighs to hold as well. Feet flexed, holding here. Deep breaths. Keep curve in the low back in this position. It's important because then you get your femur bones going into the socket properly. Then, if you wish, straighten your legs completely, taking it a little bit farther, flexing the feet, holding here, deep breaths again. Good. Rebend your knees. Help your knees to come together towards each other. Pull your knees nicely to your chest. Lift your head, nose between the knees. And then softly lower the head. Stretching one leg at a time onto your mat. Windshield wiper your feet so that you can get your legs and your hips in a good position. Turn your palms to the sky. Lift your chest a little bit to help the back to lay evenly on the floor. Turn your head from side to side to release any tension in the neck. Bring your head to neutral. Make any small adjustments if you need to. And begin breathing deeply and slowly. Feel as if your belly can expand and release freely without holding on to anything. Begin relaxing your feet and your legs. Relaxing your hands and your arms. Relax your hips, the low back. Relax now your lower belly. Relax the upper back. The middle of your belly and your chest. Relax the shoulders into your mat. The neck, the throat, the face. See if you can soften your whole body. When we physically soften, we can also mentally soften. And we see things differently. We're soft and open. We're much more tolerant and accepting. And it makes life so much easier to accept and to let go.
Now, just for a moment, lift your hands and place your hands onto your belly. And take some deep, slow breaths. No matter how you may feel about your own tummy, let's just give it some acceptance and some love that it deserves. Our bodies deserve our acceptance and love. Raise your arms over your head now and stretch from fingers to toes. Good. Lift your knees up to your chest and squeeze your knees against your chest. Excellent. Rock softly from side to side. And then your right arm to your right ear. Let's roll to our right hand side. Once we're on the side, press down into the earth to lift to a seated position. Good. And then rubbing our hands together when you're ready. Bring your hands over your face, gently tapping around the eyes, shaking out. Do that again. Hands can come to the heart center. It was so good to practice with all of you today. Have a wonderful afternoon. Namaste. Thank you.